Hello Unisport fam, and welcome back to another video with me, 7MLC. So, you want to know the secret on how to avoid making any mistakes during a football match. So come on in, I'm going to give you the secret. You can't. Unfortunately, we are human beings, we're not perfect, we're always going to make mistakes. Even if we look at the best players in the world, look at some of the best performances they've ever had and analyze every single touch, they will have made one or two mistakes. So although we can't completely play without mistakes, we can definitely do a few things to minimize them. So I'm going to share a few tips with you today. So the first tip I have to share with you is to continually work on the basics of the game, your passing and your receiving. It's very tempting when we watch these highlight videos of the top level players, we see their skills, the knuckleballs, we want to go out to the training pitch and work on these. But if we haven't yet got the foundation down, there's no point working on those more advanced techniques because you're not going to get that opportunity to use them in a match without working on the basics first. If we watch a full-length football match, we actually realize about 97% of the game is just passing and receiving, the basics. And then you get those small moments where you can show your individual brilliance, but first work on that foundation. So what you need to do is just grab a ball and a wall, and you don't need any other equipment, but just pass against the wall, working on nice, crisp, firm, consistent passes and getting that ball under control. And then you can make it more advanced by working on your directional first touch, but continually work on these basics. You can never get too good at them. My next tip is having ball mastery, which means being comfortable using all the different surface areas of the foot, controlling the ball at your feet. And while you're doing that, being able to have your head up so you can see all the different options around the pitch. You want to be able to recognize if there's a teammate open to pass to, whether there's space that you can dribble into with the ball. But if you have your head down the entire time, the chances are you're going to make a lot more mistakes and you're not going to be as an effective player for your team. So there's 3 ball mastery exercises I want you to begin with. The first one is just using the inside of both feet. So from one foot to the other, just pushing the ball back and forth. And once you get in a rhythm, trying to keep your head up. The second exercise incorporates the outside of the foot, which is a very common area you're going to control the ball with during a match. So what we're going to do is push the ball with the inside of one foot to the outside of the opposite foot, and then back in the opposite direction. And then you're going to get in a rhythm, try and keep your head up, looking forward so you can see the options around you, bouncing back and forth, having full control of the ball. And the third exercise I want you to master is using the sole of the foot. This is a common area of the foot you're going to use in the game for tight control, whether you need a second to look up and assess your options, or if a defender's coming in and you need to work the ball around them. So what we're going to do is have the ball under our foot and use the sole to roll to the opposite side of the body. Then we do the same thing with the opposite foot, and then we just get in a bit of a rhythm. Again, keeping your head up so you can assess what's going on around you, feeling the ball at your feet, and feeling entirely comfortable. And if you want to see some more advanced ball mastery exercises, come on over to 7MLC. I've got an entire library of them for you. And my final tip is to make sure you're practicing individually outside of your team sessions. Your team sessions are not going to be enough for you to improve faster than other players. You need to be putting in more work than other players, which means coming out to the pitch, training alone, working on those position-specific things. So if you're a striker, you need to be out here getting reps, hitting the ball into the back of the net. If you're a winger, you need to be out on the flank working on your 1v1 moves, accelerating with the ball and delivering perfect crosses. Remember, game-changing moments don't come very often during a match, so you want to be finely polished and consistent with your technique so that when you do get that opportunity, you deliver to the best of your ability. So there we go, guys, just a few tips to help you minimize the mistakes in your game. And I'm going to leave you with this quote. The biggest mistake you could ever make is being afraid to make one. So just go out there, make your mistakes because you can learn from each of them and use them to help you improve your game. Mistakes are always a part of success, so don't let it rid you of playing freely. But with that being said, I'm 7MLC and you can check out my channel for more tips, training and tutorial videos by clicking the bubble above my head here. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the Unisport channel by clicking the bubble over here. But thanks for having me and I'll see you guys soon.